It's a Friday. We're just working on the Audi after work. I got a slight cam timing issue that I need to sort out, which I'm a tooth off. So I'm going to be pulling the cams, getting it timed correctly, and then after that it's just a matter of getting the front end back on and getting some fresh fluids in this hog. So that's what I'm going to be covering. We're basically 90% of the way through this head swap process and some other work that I've been doing to it. So we're catching the tail end with some video action here, and let's roll. Since I haven't recorded a damn thing on this whole process, I figured might as well get something out of it. So what I'm doing is swapping this AEB head onto this AMB bottom end. And the reason for that is I ended up warping the old head due to overheating issues, and head gasket wasn't sealing in any of the 4 cylinders. So pulled that head off, junked it, picked this up. Shout out to my boy Mike for helping me get this thing. I was lucky enough to have the resident Audi expert helping me out with pulling the head. So we ended up finding this AEB, and the intake ports are damn near twice the size compared to the AMB head that was on it. So it's going to be nice to have that extra flow paired with the brand new KO4. I also have the fuel system sorted out to support all this with the new Motoza tune that'll be going on it. So I've got the 034 Motorsport fuel rail. I got the 550cc Bosch injectors. I've got the little injector adapters as well that came in that Motoza tune kit. We've got the 5-bar, I want to say Euro spec, yeah, 5-bar adjustable fuel pressure regulator in the 034 billet housing. So nice little setup. It should make this thing pretty damn reliable for a daily that was supposed to stay stock. As you can see, it got way the hell out of hand, and we have arrived at this point in time, and it's getting the goods while the Mustang and S14 cry in storage. But hey, man, it's all about that Quattro, right? Going to go ahead, get these cams pulled, and we'll go from there. All right, I got the caps pulled off of the cams. I got those chilling down there. You want to make sure that when you're doing this, take them apart and keep them in the same order and the same orientation. You don't want to be flipping them around and mixing and matching. This isn't a 10 for 10 Kroger special. It is Saturday evening now. Just got back to the shop. So I'm going to go ahead, pull the cams up, get some of this assembly grease on everything. You want to make sure that the first couple seconds upon startup that everything's lubricated. You don't want any kind of metal shavings going on. So get everything coated. You're going to verify the timing marks once everything's torqued down, and we'll go from there. Here's a quick timing rundown. I have pin 1 and pin 16 marked on the timing chain. Here on the intake cam, you're going to go directly above the timing mark on the rear cam sprocket, and that's where pin 1 is located. Over here on the exhaust cam, you're going to go directly above this timing mark, and there's going to be a tooth directly above it. You want pin 16 to the left of this tooth. And when you have them in here, I just have the caps loosely positioned. These arrows are going to be pointing centered in the timing marks. And also take note that when you tighten them down, they will rotate in a little bit. So if you've got them set in there loosely and it's not lined up 100%, that's okay. Because once you get tension on the cams, it should bring them right in, and that's where you need them to be. So I'm going to go ahead, tighten all the caps down, just verify that this thing's in time, and we should be good to roll. So checking out the diagram here, I went ahead and readjusted, and I should have it within time now. So if you go directly above the timing mark, you're going to be offset to the right of the tooth directly above it. And if you come over here on the exhaust cam, you're going to go up and to the left of this timing mark. There's going to be a tooth right above it, and you want to be down in the groove on the left of that tooth. So coming over here on the car, I've got the tensioner out still, but this is how I've got it lined up. This is the tooth directly above the timing mark, and pin 1 is going to be chilling in there. And then over here on the exhaust cam, we're up and to the left of this tooth. So that's where we should be rocking. I'm going to go ahead and get the tensioner put back in, get everything tightened down, and just verify. And that's the only way to verify timing on these, is to have all the caps on and have complete tension on this setup. So we're going to see where it lines up after I get it torqued down here. I got the caps loosely in place, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of work these down evenly and slow. You don't want to put excess pressure on any one point in the cam and run the risk of snapping it. So I'm just going to go real slow, work my way around, get these things tightened down. We'll go ahead at that point, verify the timing on those 2 marks, and make sure that we're all set. Currently, this is still out of time by 1 tooth, same on the intake cam. So I'm going to turn the exhaust cam clockwise 1 tooth and turn the intake cam counterclockwise 1 tooth. And that should get us within timing. The arrow was pointing to the left of this timing mark, which indicates that I am a tooth off. And then over here, the arrow was off to the right. So we'll go 1 tooth in on both cams, rotating them toward the center, and see where that puts us. All right, I've got an explanation as to why the timing was off. And the timing wasn't actually off the way that I had it set up. It's a difference in cam gear. So I had the head perfectly in time, but I'll show what I mean. So if we trace straight up from the timing mark on the rear of this cam, we come to this, and right there's our timing mark. If you look straight down, you can notice. Now on this cam, this is off of the AEB head. This is the old sprocket off the AMB. There is a difference in the casting on these cam gears. So now that I've got this one installed and it's the proper cam gear, I should be right in time. So I'm gonna go ahead, get the caps back on it, double check, and get the valve cover seated on, and we should be good to go now. Let's give another perspective here. If I line up the timing marks, which is about right there, you can see the difference in the casting. So I'm going to go ahead, torque all the caps down. I believe the spec is 89 inch-pounds on all of them. Just to show you what verified timing looks like. We are within spec. You want this arrow to be within the timing mark on both cams. We are also 16 links apart where we need to be. The exhaust cam link, which is number 1 or 16, depending on how you want to number them, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be slightly offset to the left because you want to go to the left of this tooth. And then this link should be directly above the timing mark, and that's how you know you're perfectly in time. All right, we're back at the shop. It's late, it's Sunday night. I'm just going to get a few things hooked up and then probably get this thing running tomorrow, go for the test drive. So as of right now, all the timing and shit's knocked out. I got that sorted. So it's a matter of getting the intake on, hooking up the coolant line to the turbo, running the line from the diverter valve to the manifold, a few other odds and ends. I got to hook up the V-band on the exhaust off the downpipe there, and then after that, core support's going on. Hook up the radiator hoses, oil cooler lines. Not too much left after that. Another thing I'll have to do is hook up an inline pressure gauge and get the adjustable fuel regulator where it needs to be. I still have to look up the spec on that. So I'll probably leave that for tomorrow night. But other than that, I should be able to get the front end on and get everything else buttoned up, get the intake in, and just get it to where I'm ready to fire it up tomorrow and make sure everything's running correctly. Here's where I'm going to call tonight. It's after midnight and I got to be back in here at 8. So this is where it's going to set for now. I got the front end back on. I've got the core support bolts just kind of loosely in there. I'll get everything aligned perfectly tomorrow. The only thing I have to do is hook up the radiator hoses. I got the, I don't know if you can see them now. I can't see shit out of this thing. But anyway, I got the oil cooler lines hooked up and we're pretty much good to go.
I think I'm stuck inside a matrix. Knew I was a different kid, I found out in like races. Mama always told me life is everything you make it. People always say they see the smile that I'm faking. I thought I'd get out of hell, no, I still feel amazing. Maybe I should get some credit to that shit I'm blazing. I've been so damn closed off like that Miami street days. I don't like to go out, get more faded when I stay in. Down bad by the morning, that's exactly what I'm saying. I will feel the same way every time I went out drinking. Now I just get faded, smoking weed up out the basement. I just like to keep my ass inside. You can keep that corny fuck shit way from this side. I just caught a vibe cause I'm surrounded by my guys. I was in your shoes one time way on the other side. If I said it then I meant it, cause my ass will never lie to you. I say hi to you, might get anxious at this party and won't say bye to you. Girl, I can't even lie to you. Yeah, I vibe with you. It's a quarter after 5 by the time I go reply to you. Made a song about 05 and barely made like 5 figures. It was bigger at the time, cause right now I just got bigger, yeah. I might just go hop out and do things. I take me a train to Busan. Got a baddie and she like to do things, but she telling me that she don't do names. I'll give a fuck tonight, it's going up tonight. She say she wants some fucking love tonight. Now what if I get stuck inside? I think I'm stuck inside a matrix. Knew I was a different kid, I found out in like grade 6. Mama always told me.
Alright, so I just finished up welding the exhaust. I got the back half done along with the mid pipe here. I got it fitted up. Pretty damn nice there. So I'm gonna go ahead, throw the V-band on, and the exhaust is all wrapped up.